YMCA, I put in the same category as the 4-H, Scouts, Pony Club, Future Farmers of America, groups like this. It's a nonprofit entity that provides recreational opportunities, not only in the Y's case, not only for young people, but for adults as well. It's a great organization. I have no problem with the YMCA coming to Centreville. Although in one of my testimonies, I think some people misinterpreted what I was saying and probably think I do, but I don't. What I do have a problem with is the operation of the Y being subsidized by the taxpayer. I feel that any government entity, I don't care whether it's a local, state, federal, or whatever it is, has no business being in business. We have a gym here in town. We have two others down in the island area. And they were all concerned that this was going to would seriously affect their business because it would be a taxpayer subsidized. And what I found out from the YMCA people was that this is not, while the taxpayer is going to build the building, they are not going to be responsible for funding the day-to-day operations. Now, the difference between this and the other gyms is the Y has a pool. Danny Kelly up here at Commitment Fitness has a mortgage. When you balance out a pool and a mortgage, probably the mortgage is going to be cheaper for him. Because pool's like buying a horse. You know, buying it's a cheap part. And so I feel that they would be competing on fairly equal terms. And if they want to come to Centreville, God bless them. We'd love to have them, have something else for our children to do.
Do I think the YMCA will ultimately be beneficial for the town of Centreville? Yes. You know, I would want to see them comply with the town's comprehensive plan, specifically I think it's Chapter 5, Objective 5, where we'd have to pay impact fees for any loss of services or any services that increase required by the town. What I am not in favor of is the prospect of the county taking in money to help fund the development of that building. It should not be done on the back of taxpayers. And I know Danny and Stephanie Kelly, I know they own Commitment Fitness, and they pour their lives into that business. Okay? I can only imagine how appalled they are to know that they're paying tax dollars to the county to an organization that's ultimately going to put them out of business. Okay? And it all circles back. Again, the first question we let off with here is, how can we make business better in Centreville? Well, we can stop doing stuff like this. Now, obviously, it's the county kicking the money, but we should insist, no. They want to come into the town, absolutely, welcome with open arms, but find your own funding. We certainly don't lack the bankers in this town, do we? And if it's such a great idea, I'm sure they want to get in on the action. Thank you.
I can easily support a recreational facility that will make our schools stronger. The schools need the pool because the Chesapeake College pool is closing. But like the other candidates here, I have some serious concerns. The existing gyms are probably going to suffer greatly from this, and I really don't think it's the county's place to pick winners and losers in an economy. And that's exactly how they'll be doing this with their subsidies. There'll be about $6 million of county public money that goes into building the YMCA. There will be probably $3 million of YMC fundraising money. Now you say, okay, well that's the Y fundraising, but guess what? That's all subsidized through the IRS code. So every dollar there is subsidized by all of us. So additionally, there's no property tax, the way they're looking at it now, no property tax coming to the town of Centreville for this project. So in my 3 scoring systems for economic development, we're probably not going to have any net new jobs because Danny's probably going to suffer and contract based on the YMCA. There's probably going to be an offset. There's not going to be any increase in property tax base, though we probably will have the cultural value of the Y. If, as a community, we understand those trade-offs, if we're willing to abandon an existing business and leave an empty building, if we're willing to have our collective public money from a county that thinks they're going broke anyway into this, plus IRS subsidized money go into this, then as a community we should find a way. But we need to understand all of the things that are going to happen as this goes forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Dowd?
Everyone made some good points, some interesting points. You know, I just happen to be an optimist. Perhaps you call me naive, but I think that Centreville could be a place where people live, work, and play. And I believe that the YMCA could bring a lot of advantages to each of those areas. Number one, I think that the YMCA would cause local businesses to do what entrepreneurs do when they're pressed with tough times. They challenge themselves, they reinvent themselves, they morph and create an environment where they are providing a service that the competitor can't provide. That's how the free market system works. Quite frankly, I think that the gym here in town, which I'm a member, provides a personalized training system that the YMCA can never match. And they can develop those services even further and become a thriving business in and of themselves. You know, I drive down the road, I see a McDonald's, I look across the street, I see a Burger King, because you see, they understand that they help one another in competition. I think that the American spirit is alive and well here in Centreville, and the local businesses can thrive even with the big footprint of a YMCA. You know, I took my first swim lesson at a YMCA, so YMCA means a lot to me, and I would be all for a YMCA because I do believe that it will provide new job opportunities. I believe that it will provide a place for family recreation. It will provide a place where those youngsters can go and have a place to burn off their energy instead of doing mischievous things. I think it will bring in, and most importantly, new business, new customers for our existing businesses and the new businesses that we're going to attract. The YMCA is going to bring traffic. They're going to have other needs. They're going to come get a sandwich. They're going to get their dry cleaning picked up, whatever it might be. And we can provide those services right here in Centreville. So I'm optimistic, and I do not look at the doom and gloom. I'm looking at a bright future for Centreville with the YMCA, and not at a taxpayer expense.